Hello, good Friday, late morning, or depending on where you are, maybe a good afternoon to you on a Friday. Um, Welcome to today's episode of Real Living in Bridgeport. My name is Bill. Let me bring in my co-host, Warren Wu. And by the way, for those of you who have watched a previous episode of Real Living in Bridgeport, if you are thinking, oh, Bill, why didn't you and Warren call your video podcast series the Wu and Chu Show? We thought about that, but we just thought, we'll keep it more serious. So that's my answer to you for those of you that wanted to hit me up with that question. So let me bring Warren into the room and let's see how he's doing. Hello, Warren.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Did you like how I immediately answered that question from people who know us separately or together? Hey, why didn't you guys call it the Wu and Chu Show? And I'm like, no, we want to keep it somewhat serious.
Right.
So Warren, as I shared with you before we went live, 𝙍𝙬𝙖𝙡, everyone who are watching Warren and myself, who are, those of you who are sharing your time with us who speak Chinese, 𝙍𝙬𝙖𝙡, 多謝晒你聽我哋同埋見我哋. So Warren, as I shared with you before we went live, last week, it would have been a great week if I didn't have a busted water line. So it's like, oh my fun. It's like just throws your entire day, your schedule out of whack. So as I shared with you, hopefully we don't get those crazy below freezing temperatures for days. I mean, I'm knocking on wood, glass, whatever I can knock on right now, because I'm so tired of how Mother Nature has been so pissed off at us this year.
Yes.
Right? And so for you, your family, your clients and friends, this is what I'm going to say. When and if the temperatures might dip below freezing for days on days, you got to keep your house, every part of your home, as warm as possible. Because if you don't do that, you might fall victim, just like I did, to the busted water pipe.
Right, or at least keep the water dripping running so it doesn't freeze the pipe. That would be another option if you forget.
True. Yeah, we did do that, but even though we did do that, there was still a part of our water line that was still exposed to 2 exterior walls. So my plumber tells me.
Wow.
Yeah. So Mother Nature, she was pissed off. So what can we do? We gotta stroke her ego to make her more friendly right now. So Warren, let's lead off our conversation together today with the one thing only you can share, and that is what is going on as far as the local real estate market in or near Bridgeport. What are some current trends, and care to share with us your market update? And by the way, I've got the content ready to share with our audience members who are watching this as a live stream or watching this as a recording. Would you like me to load that up?
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah. So here's a little data showing that, like, the MRET data for listings in inventory in over the Illinois area. So as you could see, from December of 2023 and December of 2022, inventory is basically a lot lower for the same price.
Wow. That makes it tough.
It makes it tough. There's still a lot of active buyers, even though rates are a little bit high. There's still a lot of people that, if they need to buy a house, they need to buy a house because their family is growing. They need more space.
True. So could the reason be that we have this game of musical chairs for your business and my business, Warren, it's simply because there's not enough product, not enough homes for sale right now. And this data clearly shows that.
Correct. Because right now, there's not a lot of people selling because it doesn't make sense to them because of the high rates. Like you have to, you're probably locked in like your 2 or 3% like a few years ago, and then now your interest rate literally doubles, and your monthly payment is literally double for like a smaller home or like the same price.
Yeah, I hear you. That being said, though, I think I know this and you know this, within our Asian community, a lot of them, they hold cash. So does that not matter to them as much because maybe they're choosing not to finance their next home purchase? What are your thoughts on that?
It's hard to say because sometimes people with different situations make different decisions. So I can't say for all, but a lot of them are still definitely buying maybe in a lower price point for like a similar size. You could probably see that. And then probably next slide, if you go to the next slide, that
yes,
you could see like even though there's new listings have gone down for like around 4%, but like the houses that are under contract are literally the same.
Yeah.
And then the average market time for the houses, the homes are a lot, like a few days quicker on average than last year or the year before.
So things are selling like hotcakes.
Yes.
and I see this from this content you're sharing with me and our audience members. While this is happening, the median price point, median sale price is actually moving up, right?
Yes.
Okay. So role play with you. If I am a ready seller, there's two things that I face. The first good thing is I get a lot more money right now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Second thing, maybe not so good. I don't know. It will happen too fast for me, so I got to figure out where I'm going to go.
Well, I mean, that's a good thing to happen.
That's also a good thing to have. That's true.
A good thing to happen.
That's also a good thing to have. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you want to like sell your home a lot quicker?
That's true. Well, because Warren, let's be real. There may be some people that just take a little bit longer time. I don't know, but I agree with you. Sooner than later is always better.
Right. Especially right now when it's still considered like the winter time is usually considered the slow season. Not as much people are like actively looking. So, but even still, it's going to take people a longer time to find something that they like because inventory is just so low.
Yeah. Yeah. And in this slide with this content, you're referencing single family, all property types. So by that, you're talking about detached single family home, condo, townhome, but not multi-units, correct?
Correct.
Got it. Okay. All right. Would you like for me to move to the next slide?
Yes, please. Thank you.
All right.
So here's more of the local data in the city of Chicago. So inventory, you could definitely see, especially in the low price range, like up to 350 in 2022, it went from 2.7 to 2023 to 2.1.
Wow.
So that's a huge, sort of like a significant drop.
Yeah.
In terms of average
supply
for homes. And then people are now only being able to afford with the high rates, like up to 400 to 500. Because before, when rates are low, they could buy 600, 700, 800 easily for the same amount. But now, since rates are so high, it literally cut down like 40%, 30 to 40% of their purchasing power.
True. And that's assuming the buyer's income situation has stayed the same, as opposed to maybe some buyers, their income situation may not be as impacted by the volatility of rates and the supply demand issue that we see right here. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. And as I look at this, yeah, as you move up in price point, with regard to property types, the drop in inventory starts to narrow down a little bit more. So it's not as drastic. It's clearly in that starter first time home segment.
Right.
Interesting. Let's now look at then the year over year, right?
Correct.
In the city of Chicago. All right.
Yeah. So you could see like new listings also dropped from 2022 to 2023. But homes that went under contract were a lot more because it's just not enough inventory in the market. And then closed units dropped, average market time decreased. So like people are just grabbing what they find like on the market.
Yeah.
Because it's been tough.
Yeah, it's been tough. And then the same perception here, being very specific to the city of Chicago, all 70-some neighborhoods, the median sale price has jumped up, just like previous slide.
Correct.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, what I'm taking away is, again, if you're a seller and you need to sell or you have a reason to sell, it's a great time to sell because you can certainly command top dollar with professional help from you.
Yes.
And as a buyer, well, you'll face some speed bumps. Things are still possible. And with your help and perhaps my help financing the purchase, unless it's a cash purchase, right? Then there's still ways to get things done. You know, we can structure a win-win situation between buyer and seller with like seller concessions, a full rate buy down, or even a temporary rate buy down for that matter.
Yes.
Bingo.
So hence I've always before showing clients, I always tell them to talk to a lender first, like talk to you, because you could help them figure out what price point they're able to afford to cut time.
Yeah, exactly. You got to know, what is your maximum purchasing power and what is your maximum borrowing ability. And by the way, just in case people didn't know this, even if in the event you have to drop and let go of your cash to do a purchase transaction with Warren, if in the back of your mind you're thinking, oh, I want to try to get some of that money back, there is a way to do that. All right. There's clearly a way to do that. I can certainly talk to you about how to do that. And there's no per se wait time that you have to endure or wait around for to get at least a large fraction of the cash money that you had to let go of. In the spirit of moving to the next part of our live stream conversation today, Warren, let me ask you this question. All right. Why do Asians love to karaoke? Keeping it light here, you know?
That's a tough question to ask. I think it's not just Asians. I think everyone likes to sing, like to karaoke. It's just a matter of like, I think Asians are known for singing in public rather than like just singing in the showers or like in the car, jamming in the car to a song that they like.
That's true. And I'm going to add my little twist to it here. Just my 2 cents worth. Could it be, it's a question, not a statement now. Could it be that Asians really love to karaoke because, I don't know, Warren, could it be that because most Asians, right? I'm generalizing here. We're stereotypically more introverted. So whenever someone says, hey, let's karaoke, It's our way to bust out of our introvert persona and be this rock star for about 5 minutes.
Maybe. I mean,
That
it
may
could
be
be
it.
possible. I mean, who doesn't want to like go crazy every now and then? Like just let it all out. It could be stress related because Asians work so hard, and then
True.
they don't have a life, and then when they have a chance to go karaoke, they just like let loose and like let all that stress go out. Just sing it all out. Scream their scream on the top of their lungs.
Too funny, too funny. So I'm going to put you on the spot now and ask you, well, when you are going through maybe your little moments of stress, work stress or whatever, what is your go-to karaoke song?
So like I said, like we talked about it previously, so it would be Backstreet Boys' "I Want It That Way,"
Yeah.
or Aerosmith's "I Don't Want to Miss a Thing."
Oh, I like that. And you know what? If I may, audience members, if I may, right, I'm being a little hokey here. Those are two great songs that tie into your business, my business, or real estate. I Want It That Way. And I don't want to miss a thing, right?
Right.
I want it that way, Warren, and I don't want to miss a thing. And guess what? Your response as a real estate broker will be, well, then, Mr. Seller, Mr. Buyer, we got to do it now.
Right.
Unlike you, though, Warren, I am more of a karaoke in the car person or karaoke in the shower. I don't enjoy listening to myself on the karaoke stage. Don't get me wrong. I could probably do a mean, interesting, fun dance skit. You know, I have no problem doing that. But the vocal part, I got to partner up with someone like you. Maybe together we can do, you know, I want it that way. All right.
It will be fun. It would be fun.
It would be fun. And maybe, guess what? Maybe we may have to reach out to some of our brothers and sisters, people that we know in common. You know, we can keep it guys only, or hell, maybe we do a guy and a girl skit, and we'll sing to either one or both of those songs one day.
Right.
All right. All right. Audience members, don't get your crazy idea. Don't get your crazy idea and start posting comments to Warren and myself. Yes, guys, do it in one of your upcoming episodes. Don't egg us on. All right. As we wrap up today's episode of Real Living in Bridgeport, let's end on a more serious note. So, Warren, you and I both know right now there are ongoing conversations, the possibility of changes as it relates to a broker's compensation when selling or buying real estate. In your professional and personal opinion, how are you managing through that right now?
So basically be very transparent to the clients.
Yeah.
Let them know what's going on. Enlighten them, tell them that, oh, now it's different than before. The National Association of Realtors, NAR, got sued and then lost the case. So now every compensation has to go through the seller to see if they agree to pay for the buyer's brokerage if they bring a buyer in.
Yeah. Yeah. I fully agree with you. I think being transparent is key. I think second, you know, the business that we're both in, it's also always about first be transparent. Second, just set clear expectations.
Right.
And the third is, you know, after you do those first two things well, it's to, of course, defend the value of the service that you provide to your client, the seller, and or the buyer, and the same for me.
Right. I
Yeah.
completely agree.
Yeah, absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, well said. You heard it from a professional real estate broker, Warren Wu, as to what you should expect. Don't be afraid to ask questions. By the way, if you are contemplating selling your home, your investment property, and you need professional help to do that, certainly hit up Warren Wu. Not only can he do a mean I want it that way, which is to help you underscore, yes, Warren, I want it that way. But he certainly knows the Bridgeport South Loop market. As we wrap up today, for those of you who need to start a conversation with us, your question might be, well, how do I get a hold of you? Well, several ways. You can Google search us. We will appear. We're pretty unique, even though our last name might be a little bit more common. And again, don't chime in with your comment. Bill, make your video podcast episodes the Wu and Chu show. No, we don't want to do that right now. We're going to keep it serious, people. The other way you can find Warren and or myself is simply scan the QR code using your mobile device, your mobile phone, as you are watching today's episode. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today. Warren, I look forward to seeing you in about 2 weeks, and let's keep this momentum going. By the way, you and your family, stay safe. By the way, we got a big upcoming holiday staring at us, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know about you. It has its good and bad for me, which is, we get to spend a lot of time with family. I'm sure you're going to do the same. Yep.
Right.
The bad for me is I got to drop a lot of home vows, man.
I have to drop some too, but probably not as much as you.
I know.
You have a huge family.
Yeah, my wife's side of the family is huge, and no escaping that right now, buddy. So we'll talk more about that, audience members. We'll talk more about what's this big holiday coming up for Warren, myself, and if you're Asian or you're part of the Asian community, you'll kind of get a sense of what we're hinting at right now. We'll talk more about that in the next episode. So that's a wrap for today. And Warren, I look forward to seeing you in about 2 weeks.
All right. Bye, Bill.